I say to you today, my friends, that even though we face difficulties today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day, on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slaveholders will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of oppression, sweltering with the heat of injustice, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. And when we let freedom ring, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics will be able to join hands and sing the words of that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free. You can make a comeback.
Are you turning that living room into a handball court again?
Hurry, we don't have no place else to play. Now, we're not going to break none of your things. All right, Joseph, go ahead. It's all right, young. Oh!
Marvin!
Nothing, fairly, just stumble a little bit, that's all.
Marvin, would you come here a minute, please?
The streets and the police station, and it's practically impossible to find out exactly what's...
Here is a flash from Dallas. 2 priests who were with President Kennedy say he is dead of bullet wounds suffered in the assassination attempt today. I repeat, with the greatest regret, this flash. 2 priests who were with President Kennedy say he has died of bullet wounds.
The events of the day seem almost more bizarre in retrospect. Just this morning, the president seemed so relaxed. The apprehensions he had had before about the Texas trip were gone. The crowd seemed friendly, receptive. Whatever reservations the people of Texas had about Kennedy seemed to have been overcome.
This is the way I'm going to go.
Martin, what are you talking about?
The sickness in this country, Cora, is deeper than I ever knew. I'm going to reach my 40th birthday.
Dr. King, I am delighted to see you.
Well, thank you, Mr. President.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
You know, I've had every public leader worth anything in this room in the last 10 days. Meany, Rockefeller, Henry Ford. Oh, but this is a moment that I've been waiting for. You know, there's been a great deal of rhetoric about civil rights spoken here in the last few years.
There's been a little more than rhetoric.
Of course. But it is a long way from rhetoric to action. You and I are going to do some great things together. And I am going to get particular satisfaction out of it. Because it is going to be accomplished by a Southerner.
Hello?
Hello, is this Mrs. King?
Yes?
This is Ned Ramsey from the Associated Press. We've just received word from Norway that your husband has been given the Nobel Peace Prize for 1964. Is it possible for us to talk to Dr. King?
Well, he's in hospital right now.
I hope nothing's wrong.
Just fatigue, that's all.
You must be very proud of him.
Well, yes. Yes, I am.
Can I call back for a comment?
Yes, of course. How's the Nobel Peace Prize winner for 1964 feeling this morning? Martin, did you hear what I said? You have won the Nobel Peace Prize. Martin? What? Sit down. Sit down. Something. Hello?
Corey?
Yes?
Corey, did you just call me?
Yes, I did.
I thought I was dreaming. But are you sure it's not a hoax?
No, it's not a hoax, Martin. Do you know what it says? It says that they're wrong and you're right, Martin. That's what it says.
Why didn't you check with me before you sent this out?
I didn't see the necessity of checking with you.
Well, will you tell me why it was necessary to send these to generals in the Army? To Adlai Stevenson? To Vice President Humphrey? To Rockefeller? To President Johnson? And to Bill Moyers?
It was my judgment that they needed to have it.
Needed to have it. They needed to have this character assassination, this compendium of scurrilous gossip and hearsay? Why?
It's good for them to know who they're dealing with when the crisis comes.
Yes, what crisis?
The black insurrection.
Mr. Hoover. Mr. Hoover, I know that you've done a great deal of service for this country, but I think that for any man to have as much power for as long as you have is not only wrong, but it's dangerous. It's terribly dangerous. Now, I want back every copy of this so-called monograph.
It's already gone out.
I am ordering you to get them back! And I believe I'm your superior.
No attorney general has ever said that to me before. No president has ever said that before. I appreciate the high moral tone of your tenure, Mr. Kennedy. Except that you authorized wiretaps on your friend, Dr. King, yourself. I have it in your own handwriting.
Yes. Yes, I did. And I was wrong to have authorized them. I thought that my brother was getting mixed up with Dr. King in the public mind. I thought that if Dr. King were discredited, then my brother would be discredited. But my brother is no longer alive, Mr. Hoover. And I have nothing to protect now. So besides getting back every copy of these monographs, I want a letter from each of the people stating that they never read it. And I want it in writing. Is that clear?